Here we've got the Monkey D. Luffy origin, created by the Discord user known as Alpha the One. This is the 3 impact origin. As a result of devouring the Gum Gum fruit, Luffy's body became rubber? I don't know my One Piece lore that well. I've seen probably a couple hundred of the episodes offhanded just because I used to live with someone who was watching through the entire series to catch up. So I'm vaguely aware of some things. Like, I'm aware and understand the show to some degree. I'm not sure. We won't worry too much about it. I know enough to understand things. Just I might get a bit mixed up on the lore. You know? Rubber Man. As a rubber man, Luffy is naturally immune to electric-based attacks and is resistant to blunt force blows, explosions, and fall damage, such as from a fist or a pickaxe, and is even capable of stretching his arms to hit opponents from afar. When we're told that we're resistant to electrical damage, or we're almost immune, we gotta do the most important thing. I'm assuming we didn't take damage from the lightning there, and it's just a fire being a bit of a garbage. Into the water. We'll figure that out in a moment. We got a funny one to do first. Okay, you took some damage from the lightning bolt. I'm just going to do this before we reveal abilities. Tree that's high. I literally just actually walked off. Anyway, now we do it. Yep, that would be enough to usually cause some fall damage, but not much. So yeah, it makes sense. We took absolutely nothing here. This should be enough to do damage. But yeah, only half a heart, and it was immediately healed because we had hunger. So yeah, you're definitely very resistant to fall damage. You know, we'll do 4 for the fun, and we'll do that. So in theory... Why did I think that? In theory, boom. Oh, wait, that's right. It's 4 pieces of TNT. One would usually kill a man without any form of armor. So 4's gonna murder me even if I have resistance. Still, explosions. You're resistant to explosions. So... Oh, okay. Yep, there's the resistance. I will actually make sure to be level with it because I do understand that how end crystals work are a bit funky. So if we go a little closer, then we do... Yeah, that's very little damage in comparison to what you'd usually expect from an end crystal. So you don't seem that much more resistant to TNT, but end crystal damage you do... It does feel like that was a lot of resistance because I do know that with end crystals, if you're level with it, you should take the full brunt of the damage. Should, in theory. End crystals are funky from how they operate. Gears. Luffy can scroll through the gears he wants to use, and by pressing the quaternary on the selected gear, he will activate it. By default, you will only have gear first, and therefore you cannot cycle through any of the gears. That is something to keep in mind. The gear cycling ability is binded to the Tennary key, which is active power Tennary. This means that you do require to have the extra origin key binds in order to activate it. When you do unlock additional gears, for example here, if we go back out here, we press the L button, as you can see, you can unlock gear second at 25 experience levels. We won't do that just yet. Actually, I probably will now just so we can have the example. So we'll get the experience, set our levels to 25 levels, and now we'll unlock gear second. You get the advancement noise, and now you should be able to cycle through gear second and gear first. And now I just want to make this clear. I've been sitting here for about 10 minutes trying to figure this out because just by simply reading the abilities and reading the information that is on the actual Discord of where the data pack is, it doesn't properly explain this. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to spend the frustrating amount of time to figure this out so I can make it easier for you guys to play it when you first go through it. Sometimes Origins are like this and they don't properly explain everything to detail to make it easy to understand. But that happens. That's okay. Going through your gear abilities, you got Gomu Gomu no Pistol. This is gear first. By winding up a punch and stretching his arm to hit opponents, he can make his attacks as or even more powerful than that of a pistol. So, we'll now make sure we're in gear first. There we are here. And I'm pretty sure, yep, no pistol is... Yep, no pistol. So Gomu Gomu, I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize. Gomu Gomu no pistol is binded to your G button, as you can see here. If we grab ourselves out our friend, not a cod, a husk. Grab ourselves out a friendly husk, and we press his ability. We one-shot him. We one-shot him. We one-shot him. That's powerful. It has a bit of a cooldown, but that's powerful. Gomu Gomu no Rocket. This is also gear first ability. By extending his arms, grabbing onto something and flinging himself forward, Luffy can make good distance in a short period of time. This is bound to your secondary ability key, which in my case is Y, which allows you to fling yourself up into the air or fling yourself towards the direction that you're looking at, I am assuming here. We'll just play it again just so I can... Yeah, you fling yourself in the direction that you're looking. So if you want to go just horizontally, you do it horizontally. If you want to get airtime rather than distance, for example, you're trying to get up to those hard-to-reach places like this tree over here, you look up and press it. Though, as we saw there, if you jump and then press it while you're in the midair, it doesn't seem to work. Yeah, it requires you to not jump in order to get the propulsion into the air, which is a very interesting thing to keep in mind. And I'd also assume that... That's the wrong one. This ability would effectively fling you downwards, but again, as we established before, it's probably not going to work whilst we're in midair. We'll try. If I can remember to hit the right button instead of... Oh no, it does seem to work in midair. Maybe it just doesn't work in midair when you try to jump upwards and take it upwards. Gomu Gomu Gatling. By gathering up his strength, Luffy releases a barrage of stretchy punches to deal massive damage. This requires the advancement Gum Gum Gatling, and it's also only usable in gear first. This is where we go back to the advancements here. Gum Gum Gatling requires you to get 10 experience levels to unlock it. And this is activated with your load hotbar activator key, as you can see there. If we go over here to controls again, we roll in here. By default, if I don't scroll past it, your load hotbar activated key is bounded to X, as you can see here. Sometimes this may change for you, so all you need to do is go to the creative mode control, find the load hotbar activator, and bind it to the key that you want. So as you can see here, we'll go back to creative mode. We'll grab a few eggs of husk. We wait for this cooldown to roll through. We'll do this here. We'll go to survival, move back, and then we'll press X. This is nowhere near as much damage as what the pistol ability is. Why did we one-shot earlier with the pistol? Maybe because there's a fence in the way now. Huh. But yeah. It's another mass dealing damage ability. Actually, I wonder. Wait for it to cool down. Break the fence. Put down a few more husks. We'll train them over to us quickly. Yep, come on. Come on. And then we do this. Okay, it doesn't quite one-shot, but it does deal a high amount of damage, as even the husks that were fresh still died towards the Gatling hits. But you get what the ability is, right? So that was an advancement. What advancement did we just unlock? A spiritual force made by one's willpower and ability only few can use. If we upload here... I'm assuming... Actually, I think the information is actually right here. If I just read Okay, so obtaining the haki advancements of 50%. I'm just going to look through the origin and see if it actually explains that one there. Willpower, strength, brawler, pirate, the devil's curse, and me. No, it does not. We'll get back to that advancement in a moment. Willpower and strength. Luffy's will is unparalleled, that comparable to a king or conqueror. Due to this, his endurance is much higher. He bears superhuman strength capable of pushing 2 buildings apart and is immune to poison. Get ourselves a cow. We punch it. We punch it again. Punch it twice. Thrice. 3 punches and it's dead. I can't remember how much health an average cow's got, so I think we're going to test this by grabbing an iron sword, and we whack it twice, and whack it thrice, and whack it 4 times, and whack. Get back here! Whack it again. Whack it. Okay, that did not feel right. I mean, we'll probably get to figure it. This should. Far out. Okay, yeah, we're just not going to worry about that then. I think we'll test it on here since we've got an understanding of how much health does a husk. Bump. 2, 3, 4. So, 4 crit hits with your bare hands on a husk will kill it. As we noticed a moment ago, swords don't do anywhere near as much damage as what they usually would, but something tells me that's to do with a different ability. Another thing to that, you have 5 additional hearts, which is a lot of additional hearts, considering that you're resistant to more blunt force style of damages like fall damage, some explosive damage, and pickaxes of all things. Having additional 5 hearts is also pretty useful. Brawler. Due to being a hand-to-hand combatant or brawler in shorter words, Luffy is severely worse at using weapons such as swords or axes and cannot use shields or bows. You heard that right? That's why the damage on that cow earlier was literally nothing. Like 8 to 10 hits with an iron sword on a cow? That ain't right, man. But yeah, building weapons with this origin is just not worth it because you're stronger with your bare hands, basically. Though a funny 2 questions that weren't addressed is, can I use a trident? Instead? That definitely seems like a lot less damage than what a trident usually would do with your bare hands. Can you? Yes, you can. You can definitely throw a trident and get damage. If we... Yep, you've got a crossbow. And you can still kill things with a crossbow. So, to the creative, because I am going to send you this video, yeah, you can still do damage by, you can still do normal damage by throwing a trident and by using a crossbow. Those are 2 things that maybe you want to fix. Maybe. I'm 90% sure that pirate. Iron golems will automatically attack you. Villagers raise prices as, due to wanting freedom more than anything else, you refuse to wear any armor above leather and illagers are aligned with you. I mean, that is pretty self-explanatory there. You know what? I think the fun question to ask is we're going to go to a village and see how quickly it takes to get absolutely obliterated by something. Bomb. We are in the ground. This is not where we want to be. Up we go. Oh, hey. It's an iron golem. Oh, no. Oh, run away. Oh, my. 3 hearts? Come on. You can do better. Hit me better. There we go. He got me. Yeah, okay. So there's your resistance to blunt force damage again. How little I was taking. Oh, and then, of course, as to point out the other thing, let's grab the pillager egg, which looks exactly like a cow egg. Now that I've pointed out, you're not going to unsee it. If you hit him, nah, he's buddy-buddy. He's buddy-buddy with you. What about a Ravenger? That is a question. There he is. Oh, Ravager definitely don't like you. You'd think he'd also be on... Since Ravengers are in the same team as Pillagers, you'd think they would also be friendly. But clearly not. Also... The Devil's Curse. Luffy cannot swim properly and gains debuffs when nearby Prismarine or in water or rain, and when fully submerged he loses access to his powers unless he manages to get out of the water. Weaknesses varies from the situation to situation, like how being fully submerged gives different weaknesses to being half submerged. So with the Witch doing its own thing over there, it will probably follow me. We'll go over here to the water. To the water. We go halfway in. Yeah, you are slowed by a large amount. And if we make the fatal mistake of being fully submerged, if you make the mistake of getting fully submerged, you good luck getting out of the water. Literally. You just can't. Like, I am spamming all the keys to try and... That's a death note. I love that. Anyway, yeah, good luck getting out of water if you're in there. We get prismatic blocks. Pretty sure that might be in colored. Or building blocks, maybe. There it is. Prismarine. We'll place down a Prismarine, and we have weakness 3, mining fatigue 3, and slowness 3. Holy balls. That is a lot. Oh, get out of here. We don't want that. That's brutal. Brutal debuffs from Prismarine. Meat. His body is very expensive. Luffy needs to eat a lot more than the average human, and he also only eats meat. Self-explanatory. We roll over to creative mode here and not press O. As you can see, you can only eat meat-based items. Anything else that isn't meat is unedible. But hey, the godly question of all questions is, can you eat cake? Yes. Yes, you can. If you can't eat cake, then it's the end of the world. That's what I believe. Now, here's the fun thing. The additional things that aren't actually explained in the Origins itself. We got the advancement system here. So as you can see, there is the haki advancement. Let me go figure out how you get this. So there's a 50 chance of obtaining haki when you have the requirements, and if it fails to give you the haki advancement when you have the requirements, you'll have to wait 500 ticks, about 3 minutes, to try again. Doesn't look like it's actually explained how you get haki. All you get is just the knowledge that if you do successfully fit the requirements of that this advancement, it is like a 50-50 chance of you actually getting the advancement when you meet it. But from what we could gather there, it was something to do with low hunger, low health, and dying to get the haki advancement. That's what I can gather based upon the circumstances of getting it. This is its own little cycle of abilities, which we'll get to in a moment after we go through Gear Second. So, let's go to Second Gear. Gear Second. It's actually called Gear Second. I just said Second Gear because it makes more sense in my mind. Shut up. So, G. It's similar abilities, but I'm assuming it is, like, far more powerful than before? Maybe? Red Hawk. And to get the Red Hawk requires 35 levels of Bozo Shuku, Haki, and the Never Root advancement. Which I'm assuming there's Hakajuku Haki. I'm assuming Never Root is something to do with the Never actual advancements. But honestly, with these additional abilities, there's a lot more complication that requires into this. I will quickly explain the haki cycling because it also is very similar to the cycling of your gears, which requires you to scrolling between your quaternary and using the haki ability being your centenary ability key. Again, this origin will require extra origin keys in order to function as intended. So it requires a quaternary, which is going to be you in this case, and centenary, which is going to be this colon button. So you will do nothing for now, but if we hit it, we got nothing so far, but reading this ability here, let's just jump to 100 levels and get all the advancements, because let's be real, it's going to be easier to figure this all out by level query. We know we want level set me to be 100 levels. If we do that, we get all the advancements. So we roll into here. There is now Advanced Hakushu Haki, Ryu, and Miri Yokon, which Advanced Hashuki Haki requires you have 130 levels and kill the protector of the ancient city. Ryu requires you to have 90 levels and free the end achievement. And Mirari Yokan requires 80 levels and kill the ancient god of death. I don't know what some of these... I don't know what that one is. I know the free the end is killing the end the dragon, and kill the protector of the ancient city, I'm assuming would be killing a grand warden, or Minecraft advancements that much anymore. But anyway, now we've got some haki abilities. Bajuku Haki seems to activate an armor advancement, and if we cycle, Kenbutsuku Haki will give us a form of glow effect. Cycling to Hajuku Haki, we get a lightning strike. I don't know how this ability works. We roll over here to you and we do it again. Okay, it is a distance damage ability, which is very interesting. Oh cool, the glow's gone. But yeah, there is the whole second gear thing, but I have no idea how to figure out advancements too well. And if I'm completely honest, I feel like this origin is going to be a little bit more fun if I leave certain things a little bit more mystery. I gave you the basics of understanding how to use this origin. Now it's up to you to get to the point where you can use the absolute best of the best of these origins. But that was the Monkey D. Luffy origin. What are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments down below, and also check it out with a link in the description.